This is just some test bits and pieces that we're doing. These arms are CNC machines, so they're fairly light and strong and whatnot. It's like a hybrid style radius arm, and we wanted to make them longer to stop the diff pulling back so far on droop. Mixture of reasons, like it holds caster better, and obviously you don't lose wheelbase, and just better for jumping and whatnot. The other thing is these high misalignment joints, we've had CNC machined that press into a factory radius arm hole. So what that means is if you're running rear bushes and peeling them out, this will press in a factory radius arm. You just drill a hole so you've got a grease nipple, they're fully serviceable. We wanted to run them in the race truck as well as just on street vehicles to give them the ultimate beat down, but we've got the same thing in my Ram, and they can handle the 4 ton with a 4.2 ton trailer, so they're fairly durable. And this arm we literally have done, we're racing next weekend, so we've just quickly flame cut an arm that we're just going to weld up, and we've increased the caster a bit in a few bits and pieces, and then once we've run it and we're happy with that, we'll 5-axis them out of aluminium just to reduce that weight as much as possible. We were trying to get something off the shelf, but nobody made them quite the length that we wanted, so that's why we're going down this road. So we'll just quickly weld these out and get them in the car, and then in the front end we're just going ahead with, we've made the panhard hit 150 longer that we talked about. So I've just unfortunately the bit of chrome holly I've got is lost in the freight at the moment, but we've just got a joint like this that's going to be at the bottom, and then at the top we've just got a rose joint with some spud inserts. I'm half thinking about making them as a kit because the factory panhards are incredibly short. Like off the top of my head, it's like about I think it was 100mm shorter than a cruiser one, and what that means is as your suspension goes through its cycle, because it's straight at full compression, at full droop, it pulls the diff over a significant amount, which obviously results in bump steer, and obviously you can end up with contact because your diff's walking from side to side and whatnot. So yeah, we're just dropping that upper panhard mount down and making it longer because it was flogged out anyway. We had some real troubles with them coming loose in the early days, and we're doing a double shear setup on the bottom end. Yeah, so we've actually cut all of this off the chassis and that gives us the ability to, obviously we'll design and fabricate something with a fold in here, and then we're going to run a reinforcing rod to the other side of the chassis, and it's going to be obviously a bit more substantial than the factory one. So the bottom end of it's going to run a joint like this, and then the top end will be a rose joint. Sometimes in a street vehicle it's nicer to have bushes, reduce vibration and whatnot, but we're trying to reduce the amount of drag. Obviously this is not how it's going to be, we've just tacked that just so we can run it through its cycle and everything like that. And these spuds here are quite cool. This fits snugly on that bolt, and that's actually already threaded, so when we weld it in, it's got some real nice surfaces on both sides, and obviously if that just goes through a piece of 6mm steel, it can wear over time and start to walk, so it's doweled really nicely and saves a lot of time when it comes to fabricating stuff. So yeah, hopefully by next weekend we'll have a little bit less bump steer, and hope to improve the turn-in a little bit on the car. We haven't done everything that I wanted to, but I have to do a lot of work during the day, so there's only so many hours that we can actually put into the actual vehicle itself.